Hello, and welcome to A VO's Journey. My name is Anthony Pica. This show is all about helping the new and upcoming voiceover artists grow their business, sidestep all the crazy things that this guy seems to step on over and over again. It is Monday, January 30th. I'm so happy to have you here. We had an incredible weekend with our Fiverr webinar, our Fiverr Mastery webinar. Thank you all so much for attending. It was fantastic. I've already received multiple emails and messages from people saying that they started doing some of the stuff we talked about and already have gotten jobs. So that's so wonderful and exciting. So I'm really happy about that. So thank you guys for that. Also, if you wouldn't mind, take a moment to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. Also, check out A VO's Journey Elite Academy. There's a link below. We have 50% off the first month. We'd love for you to give us a shot to help you start and grow your voiceover business and get work and start getting paid to be a voice actor. So we'd love to have you. All right, so let's dive into this topic today, which I know is on a lot of people's minds, and this actually comes from a question from A VO's Journey Facebook group, and that is, how do I know if my demo is good enough? Okay, I literally deal with this every single day. I work with people who are new, who are up and coming, they're just starting, and they're wondering if their demo is good enough. So I want to talk about and give you some tips to be able to answer this question, okay? And I think the first one is to figure out when you say, is my demo good enough? I think this is a great question to then ask, is it good enough for what? All right. When I first started, I didn't even have a demo. I started on ACX doing auditions for audiobooks. And partially one of the reasons I did that was I wanted to be an audiobook narrator, but also because I didn't have a demo and I didn't have thousands and thousands of dollars. And then I wasn't even ready to do one. I wasn't ready to record one. But the point I'm trying to bring up to you is that first you have to start to kind of come to the realization that you are going to grow and get better at this voiceover thing over time. You're going to get better. You're going to record more and more voiceovers, more and more demos, more and more samples, and they're going to be better than they were a few months before. The reason why I say that, you're probably like, well, duh, of course that's Anthony. However, the reason I say that is because I think so many of us get in this analysis paralysis state of mind, right? Where we analyze it so closely that we think it's got to be so perfect, even though you can't define perfection because perfection doesn't exist. We know it, but that doesn't mean our brains don't get in our way, right? But I'm saying that, because of that, it'll end up stopping us. So what I'm trying to get at for the first part here is that make sure when you say, is my demo good enough, it should be with a little bit more context. Like, is my demo good enough to be able for someone to pay me to do a voiceover? Okay, that's the first part. All right, and the second part is our ears and our minds play tricks on us, meaning that the longer it is, especially when you're starting, the longer you sit with listening to yourself, okay, whether when you're narrating or listening back, the more you go through this phase where you really can't stand how you sound. And I mean by that, like, you find all these errors, you find clicks and mouth noise and sibilance, and the breaths are horrendous, and there's weird clicking with your mouth, or there's always something. The audio, you don't understand, why does that person's audio sound so much fuller than mine, and why do I sound like I'm in a tin can, and just all these, or why does it sound like I'm in a cathedral? There's so many things, right, that we get upset about ourselves. So that's why it's so vital that you have someone or a group of people like the Academy. It doesn't have to be the Academy. Like I always say, it can be anybody. All right. But like the Academy, where you can be like, hey, listen, could you take a listen to my demo and tell me what you think? You want to have people listen to your work who have done a lot of voiceovers and who also have your best interest in mind. So you want to be with like-minded people. There is nothing wrong with putting up your work in Facebook groups and asking people for their opinions. But please remember, when you do that, I always tell people, please be cautious, because when you put them up in free groups, and no one's, people aren't going in there to hurt people. It's just that, the advice that you get, first off, you don't know the person giving you the advice. Are they trained to, in working with other voice actors and being able to relay a message to you that is going to help you? And there is occasion where there are people who can actually give you advice that's not the best advice for you at that moment. So you want to be in a group or with some people like the Academy. I'm going to say, because I really do believe it, that you're going, and it's not just the Academy, it can be anyone. I've covered it. I don't have to say it again, but I always like to make sure, listen, it's more important that you succeed no matter what group you're in or not in. But it is a great idea to have people who can listen and help you so that they can validate what you're hearing and what you're not hearing. Because a lot of times we hear stuff that isn't what other people are hearing, or we think we sound one way when everyone else, well, actually we hear it this way. And that's important, because part of what you need to do first starting out and with your demo is beginning to understand how the world actually hears you. Okay, very important. So that's one step. Get with people, a group, a coach who can listen to your work and give you some feedback. Okay. Third thing, and this is my personal opinion, only my opinion. Don't wait for lightning to strike, right? Or don't wait for a letter to arrive in the mail. Wouldn't that be cool? A letter arrives in the mail and be like, "You're ready. Go for it, Anthony." Wouldn't that be nice? I'm gonna start sending those letters to people in my academy. You're ready. Go for it. Now, wouldn't that be nice if we got a letter like that? But we're not going to get a letter like that. Dag nabbit. We're not. And because of that, you have got to take the leap yourself, right? And go for it, even if it's not completely ready. This is my opinion. And the reason is because I feel like the longer we wait, and this is from my life, and this is about, a lot of it is about, like, I remember with myself, so much of my life was about waiting. And there's still things I do that I get mad at myself about, but I'm like waiting for something to happen. I'm like, nothing is going to happen unless I make it happen. Okay? And also, you don't know what you don't know. So why try to figure all of these things out why don't you try to figure them all out while you're actually putting stuff out there for people to see? Because you might find that it's actually really good, or it could be really good, or you might learn something that you would never have learned if you were just waiting for it to happen, for that lightning to strike, or that letter in the mail. I got that letter in the mail. That's gonna be good. What did I say? I said, "You're ready. You're ready, Anthony. Get started." I got to start sending letters like that. But just now I messed myself up. See how much of an idiot I am. But anyways, the point here is that I want you to, in the end, if I can give you just the main advice of all this, is please don't wait for lightning to strike you or something to happen. Get your stuff up. Find someone that you trust, whether it's the Academy or someone else, that you can get good feedback and move forward. And lastly, move forward even if you still have more work to do. Move forward. Again, and these are my opinions. I mean, and there's many other ways to do it, but I like the stumble forward approach. At least that's worked for me, because I've learned that, because now it might work different for other people, but I know for me that if I don't force myself to take action, even when I'm not ready, I won't take action ever, because I will just go down a rabbit hole and I'll keep going down, and I won't ever pull myself out of it because I'll think, well, this has to be done, then this has to be done, and that has to be done, and then the list becomes so big. What happens? It's overwhelming. You can't move forward. All right. So I hope that this video has helped you, all right, in determining whether your demo is good enough. Go for it. You are ready. When I say the letter here, you are ready. Go for it. All right. Get with some people who can give you some good feedback. And no matter what, even if you've got more work to do, take the leap, put it out there. Okay. All right. You guys, thank you so much for watching this silly episode. I hope you enjoyed it. You have a wonderful day. I will talk to you soon. Peace.